right here. This is the crowd.
Seek opportunities to learn and grow and direct it appropriately. Passion begets knowledge. Knowledge begets action. Action begets change. 10,000 versus 10 people can't do much, but 10 versus 10,000 people will change the world.
Alright, we'll just head around maybe this way. Let's go down this way. Let's see your sign a second. On the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. There's a sign that says, "Okay, Gramps, time for bed."
Across the nation, because once again there are people who are attempting to rob us of our rights. Are we going to let them? Are we going to sit quietly? That's what I've been watching. I think the dog is lost. No matter how we got there, we're charged to build a beloved community. It does not yet exist. This is our part. Our ancestors were exploiters, traitors, racist, fascists. Generations before us, that we, our parents and grandparents sacrificed so that we can here to stand up for democracy, to not stand up for democracy, to dishonor those who think Thank you. Too many issues.
Don't go up front, you can't see much back here.
I can see a lot of stuff back here.
Let's be real. The federal government is kidnapping and imprisoning minorities, children, and families.
I think this crowd's getting a little big for this little area.
I think they figured that one out.
Yeah, deport Stephen Miller too. Deport Stephen Miller.
Let's go for the tree, will you?
Yep. We'll go this way. Morons are governing America, ain't that the truth?
We the people are pissed off. What we should be remembering is from people that lost their life.
Hey, puppy. Hey, dear.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you.
The other side. Yeah, maybe you should name him somewhere.
There's a mess up there.
What? Somebody was shot.
Oh, you guys are good. I don't want to interrupt the flow.
We'll get out.
No, you can start. I guess we could dive in.
Brothers and sisters! Brothers and sisters! My name is John Nichols, and my great-grandfather, Augustus LeMay, snuck into the United States in 1776 to join the Green Mountain Boys in Vermont to fight against the British Crown. Millions across this country on June 14th, 2025, the world will know that America stood forth once more against tyranny. I'm not going to speak for long because you have plenty of speakers, but let me tell you this one basic concept. And that is, at the founding of the American experiment, we got rid of a king, but we didn't get rid of oligarchy. The fact of the matter is that 95% of Americans couldn't vote at the founding of the American experiment. If you were a woman, you could not vote at the founding of the American experiment. But women stood forth and demanded the right to vote. At the founding of the American experiment, people of color we talk about what we have accomplished over the last 250 years. We, the people, have demanded democracy, and we have made it real in this country. I'm going to talk to you a little more about a couple things, but I just got a phone call from a friend of mine. Back in history, we used to take on kings, but in America, our word for monarchical abuses of power, when kingly figures abuse their power, our word for that is oligarchy. And the man who taught us that word is the senator from Vermont, calling from Snowdon, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if Bernie Sanders is over here.
Look.
Can't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the senator.
Bernie Sanders is here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the phone.
That in your Supreme Court race, you could take on the wealthiest guy in the world we are going to defeat Trump and his move toward authoritarianism. You know, back in 1776, very brave people took on the most powerful guy in the world, King George. And as they developed a constitution in 1789, they understood that they never wanted one person or one entity to have absolute power. Is unprecedented in American history, usurping the power of Congress, usurping the power of the judiciary,
Just go like that. Just hold it like this. Hold it like this and move it around.
Okay.
university whose courses he doesn't like, going after legal persons who have represented clients who he does not like. Our job right now is to tell Mr. Trump we are not going to accept oligarchy in America.
Okay. Let's go into that tree.
Pardon. Yes, pardon.
We the people, and then it was supposed to be.
here today is because of Medicaid. About 15 years ago, I woke up one morning with a bad cough, which I ignored as I was broke and uninsured. But the cough got worse and worse, and 2 weeks later, my roommate rushed me to the ER with a fever of 103.8 degrees, which doctors very high. Turns out I had double pneumonia, which is like regular pneumonia, but twice as fun. I was admitted overnight, and the next morning, I woke to a bill for $4,000. I made $12,800 that year. I'd already defaulted on my credit card for medical costs. This would have ruined my life. But the receptionist took pity on me. I went home, got some papers, and came back a few days later, and within the month, I was enrolled in Medicaid, and my $4,000 bill dropped to $0. Because of that help, I've been able to build a little life that I love. I have a wife, I have a dog. I don't worry about where my next meal is coming from. I am one of the luckiest people on earth. This is the promise of Medicaid, giving people who need help just a little bit of grace so they can lead the dignified lives we all deserve. In the next couple of weeks, Republicans are going to try and take health insurance from 16 million Americans.
You know, I'm not going to be rude or anything. Are you the only Trumper out here?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take a picture of this one or this side?
Oh, whichever side you like. I mean,
There we go. For both of them.
the Israel's and the Palestinians I wish for them all to be safe, you know?
Yeah, both. God bless both, but I mean, you know, the Bible rides with Israel. I'm trying to get it perfect for you. Right.
But
There. Yeah.
you don't think that
you
Trump is you don't think that Trump is a fascist?
I mean, there's a lot of things wrong on both sides. We disagree with our parents all the time. I disagree with Trump on a lot of things, but I voted for him and I'm going to go for him. He takes control of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to run the country. If you want a man that's going to run the country, Trump is the one. You know, you do agree that you disagreed with your mother and father through your whole life, right? And they ran shit, am I correct? They ran your household, am I correct?
But we grew up.
Yeah, we grew up from that.
And we learned how to make our own decisions.
You still don't agree with a lot of things that your mother and father say, am I correct?
My dad's
And you
pretty
respect
straight.
them, though. And
My
you
dad's
respect
pretty
them.
straight up on most everything.
And you respect them, right? You respect both of them. That's where we're at right now. I mean, I voted for Trump for multiple
But Trump's
reasons.
not your dad.
I know,
You're
he's
old
my
enough to make
president.
your own decisions
He's my
now.
president. And I don't see what anybody's problem is me voting for my president. I don't have a problem with you voting for whoever you did. You don't see me coming to you like, hey, why are you voting
No,
for Biden?
I'm not
Kamala?
insulting you. I came up here in a respectful
no,
way.
I'm not saying you're insulting
You know,
me.
I hope you be safe out here.
Yeah,
but
me
you
too.
know,
Me
but
too. I mean, both ways. But you know, I got to work later on. But I just feel there's multiple reasons that I don't have to explain why I voted for Trump. Honestly,
you don't have to. No.
No, to be honest, if you're recording, I'm gonna tell you, I used to be against. I used to not be in politics. I used to not be in politics, and I used to say fuck Trump. He's a racist because I paid attention to fake news. Then, as I became a single father, and I started raising my child by myself, and I started busting my ass, and I was watching how Biden opened up the borders and just let anybody in this bitch, giving them 5-star hotels, food stamps, Medicare, you know, and I'm like, damn, can I get that? I'm American. Why can't I get that shit? I'm over here busting my ass for 3 jobs, and I got full custody of my child. America first, like Trump said. And that's why I voted for him.
Are you okay for all the deportations of just everybody? That these big ICE raids are just taking people, parents away. These kids, they're sending kids over to other countries by themselves.
No,
listen,
I was not with that a long time ago because it goes deeper. It goes deeper that I don't think we can go that deep. Like, I used to be like, fuck Trump, and I used to be like, every Mexican illegal or whatever they say, or American belong here, which I still believe. I feel if you're gonna deport illegals, you deport them, but not Mexicans. Sounds stupid, but at the same time, that's where I'm at. I don't feel right with
So everybody else can be deported, but,
yes.
but Mexicans.
Yes.
Oh,
because
but
they
you vote
belong
for
here.
a president that gets rid of Mexicans. He don't.
I mean, he had to clean shit up. He had to clean
so
up.
what
he
is
had to
it? What
clean
is
up-
it? They shouldn't or should deport Mexicans.
I mean, I voted for Trump for one reason. I don't like it, but if it goes, it goes. I mean, Trump is cleaning up the mess that Biden made. When he opened up them borders, y'all should be blaming Biden for doing that. Biden should have followed by proper procedures and let illegals in legally. Like, listen, I'm gonna accept all you guys, but just come legally, because if I open up this border and let us all walk in, it's gonna be chaos when Trump takes over and takes all y'all back. So for me to prevent that, I wanna make sure you guys come in here legally, but he didn't want that. He wanted them to come in here, rush him in here so they could vote for him and he could become president again, which didn't work out on his behalf. But that's basically what happened. And I'm kind of mad because I see my Mexican people getting deported from graduations, off their job. I'm like, if you're gonna deport motherfuckers, deport the right ones, the legal ones, the ones that are doing crimes and sex trafficking and all that shit that Trump keeps saying. So that's what I don't agree with, but hey, I voted for him, so I gotta ride with it. You feel me?
You don't have to.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. He's already in for 4 years.
Yeah, but you can, support people that make better policies that are actually here to help Americans. You don't see that Trump is for himself. That everything he does is
he's for the American people.
He's became a lot richer since he's got here. Since he became the president again.
I mean, it's really
he's gained millions. He's gaining millions off of these for-profit prisons.
He's a billionaire. He's gonna stay a billionaire. He's not. Honestly,
yeah, he's making lots of money.
Honestly,
lots
both
of money.
sides don't. I mean, honestly, I can say fuck both sides, and I can say I'm not getting none out of here. I'm not really getting none out of here coming here or Trump rally like I did. I still gotta go to work. I still gotta work my 9 to 5. Then I work at my other job at 5 a.m. So it's like I feel there's really nothing but a change for me. I'm still busting my ass.
Are you good with them getting rid of Medicaid?
I mean,
Medicaid, Medicare, you don't care about that?
I mean, that's a different discussion.
You don't know that thousands of people die or be sick?
It's just I ain't even trying to get into that deep. I voted for Trump.
It is that deep. It's very deep. What Trump is doing.
Are you okay with men going in women's restrooms?
Not men, no. Trans women, that's a different thing.
See, that's the thing. That's where a line crosses.
That's your opinion.
That's a fact. So you're going
there are
against,
trans women.
So are you
there
going
are trans
against
women.
biology, basic biology? You're going
I believe there are trans women.
So you're telling everybody that went to college and got their degree in physics,
everybody,
in forensics,
everybody,
you're telling them that there's no such thing as a man, woman, and a trans. You're saying that's what it is.
Trans government doesn't believe in science.
Different genders, right? You're saying there's a man, woman, and a trans man. You're telling everyone that went to college and got their degrees.
Everyone
in forensics that can prove that it's only a man and a woman. You're telling them that they're lying. That's what you're saying, right? People are born in a biological.
People are born in a biological sex, but people whose mentality can be another gender.
Have you ever heard of somebody who's intersex? Because that's. No, I'm just saying even right away. Just from a biological standpoint, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because intersex exists.
Intersex does exist.
So we're already past.
I have a good friend that is intersex.
You want to go? How many you want to go through? Have you heard of intersex?
I heard about all that. But
so that's biological.
There's biological gender, but then there's people
more than
how they identify themselves as.
There's a male and female, and that's it, bro.
What is intersex then? Who is that? What is that? Male or female?
I know what you're talking about, but you're gonna try to bait me that I'm a lion, and you're not gonna change the way.
Have you heard of intersex?
You're not gonna change the way I think, bro.
I'm
not gonna change the way you think.
Well, hold
on. Let me ask you this: do you agree with a man? Just a man today puts on a dress, doesn't say he's trans, just says I'm gonna put on a dress.
What's stopping you?
Let him finish. Do you agree with him going in a 6-year-old girl's bathroom?
No.
Are there 6?
I don't.
Let him answer.
Not a man that just puts on a dress.
Would you agree with him going in a restroom with 2 6-year-old girls?
Let me ask you. Not a man. A trans woman is different. A trans woman is different.
You guys
what
can't
are we doing here? I'm taking a picture. Who's for who?
I'm for Trump.
He's a Trumper.
Okay, well, let's take a picture of all you guys smiling here.
You didn't answer the question.
I don't know if you want to do that, but you want to tell your story.
No, I'll answer your question.
Do you agree with a man that just throws on his dress to go in a woman's restroom?
No, I
Do
don't.
you? Well,
No, we're not.
Tell a story here.
do you think?
Okay, keep telling your story.
Do you think that?
Picture his mouth.
You know what, man?
He wants candid shots.
Yeah, he doesn't want you.
He wants you
No,
to keep
no,
talking.
No, but seriously, I'm trying to answer your question.
Using points.
What is it? Just answer the question.
I will.
Do you agree
No,
with a man
hold on.
going in a woman's restroom with a dress
I've
on?
heard your question. Can I answer?
Just answer it. Just answer yes or no.
I will wait for you to stop speaking, and then I will.
What do you think?
What do you think stops?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
If that's the gender they identify as.
Okay, so you do.
If that's the gender they identify as.
What do you don't agree with a man?
What do you think? Do you think that
Let's say right now, let's say a man with a penis.
Do you want to hear the
puts on a
answer?
dress- You already gave me an answer.
No,
You
no, no.
agreed to
You're
it.
not
You said
actually
yes.
listening to his answer.
I'm going to his right now. I'm asking the question. Listen, you already answered it. Do you agree? Any man here, any man, him, me. Let's say I want to go to McDonald's right now, and I'm gonna go put on a dress and say, I'm not even gonna put on a dress. I'm gonna say I want to go in a woman's restroom.
What is stopping
Do you agree that? Do you agree to that?
What do you identify as? What do you identify as?
Can I ask you a question back, please? You
No, answer it.
Wait, no, I said no.
You said no, but why?
Can I add? I don't? Okay.
Okay.
What's
All right.
stopping?
That's cool. That's cool.
No,
That's cool. That's
can you-
that's cool.
This has to be a
You agree?
dialogue. You want
Okay,
to have a
now-
dialogue or you just want a monologue?
No, that's cool.
Which
Go
one?
ahead, go ahead,
Which
go
one?
ahead.
Okay.
No,
What's
that's-
stopping a man right now from putting on a dress and going into the women's restroom?
Nothing, because they have the
Okay.
rights.
No. But even before, what was stopping?
Yeah, the little placard
Nothing.
outside?
Do you think, are we going to have a bouncer outside that checks your genitals and just puts their hand, oh, I feel testicles, you can't go in?
How many
What are we
restrooms
doing?
do you have at home? Is there
How
one
are we-
for the girls,
how
one
are
for
we,
the boys?
How are we going to do
But it's a
that?
single restroom.
Okay, sure, fine.
not a
How are
public.
we?
It's
How are
not
we
where-
going?
So let's put stalls. But let's
hold
put
on.
stalls in
Do you want
every
to have a
restroom, right?
monitor outside every restroom in America to determine someone's biological
It's been
sex?
like that.
before- No!
It's been like that. There's
Wait,
male and
hold on.
female.
Hold on.
When?
Who checks? Who checks?
male
Who
and
is
female.
checking? Do you want to know that you've probably shared the restroom with a transgender person
I
and
did.
had no idea?
I actually did, and I got into it with him.
Why?
That's ridiculous. They just want to pee.
There's
What the fuck?
probably a whole bunch of them that you never
Tried to
knew
debate
were
someone
trans.
while you're
Should I tell you something that just happened in May with my daughter?
Sure.
She's 16 years old. She just got a job at McDonald's, and a man that worked there with her went in the restroom with her, and she said she was uncomfortable, so I went there and corrected it. Positively, I said, I don't approve of that man going in the restroom with my child, and they fired my daughter back in May.
They should.
Yeah, and that's why I voted for Trump.
But they should fire your
I'm
daughter.
wondering.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're on that side, I'm on this side.
Well, let's talk-
That's your answer, I know.
Let's talk-
Are you a
let's-
Christian?
That's your answer.
Let's talk a little bit. I mean, I'm curious because
You Christian,
I
Jewish,
assume
Jew,
you're
nothing.
Mexican, right?
I'm Mexican.
Mexican.
All day.
Okay, so I'm just
But he already
curious.
gave me an answer that that's
sure.
why I stand for Trump.
Okay,
and
but
you
can I?
proved it.
Can I? But
You
can we
proved it
talk?
right
Can
now.
we? Okay, can
You
we?
proved it.
Can we talk a little bit? Can we
But your
talk a little
daughter
bit about?
doesn't get to make McDonald's policy.
Can we talk a little bit
That's
about
why they
immigration?
fired
Though? Are you in favor of what Trump is doing in the way that he's
There's a
deporting
lot of
people?
things I disagree with Trump, but I voted for him, and that's
No,
what
I'm just wondering.
With ICE.
So you disagree with the ICE deportations that are happening right
I
now?
disagreed, but for what Biden did, he's cleaning up
that's
Biden's
not-
mess.
Okay, but do you agree with the way he's
He
cleaning
opened up the borders
Do you agree?
and let
No,
him walk in
actually,
this bitch
one
freely.
second.
More
Let's stay on
people were
topic.
arrested
Let's stay on
under
topic.
Biden
Do you
than
agree?
Trump under
Do
his
you
first
agree?
term.
Do you
This
agree?
country is in a lot better
agree
shape
with
than
the
Biden.
Obama was the one
Okay,
that deported
do
the most illegals.
Okay. Do you agree?
Look
And
that
we can disagree with that. He did deport a lot of people.
Yeah,
Do you
Democrat.
think? Okay, yeah. And we
But
can be
again, so then
against-
what are you? What
Hold
mess
on,
is being
hold on.
cleaned
No,
up?
wait a
If
second.
like
Wait a second. Do you think there
You're
should be a
arguing both
process
sides.
by which people are deported? Do
Exactly.
you think it's important that there's a process?
I mean,
when we
also,
determine.
what the fuck
So
is
right
an
now,
illegal?
I'm
I've
questioning.
never met
What if an ICE agent
We're all
came? I
born on
assume.
the planet here,
Are
like,
you illegally
you know?
here? Are you a legal immigrant?
Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
to Texas.
Cool. So if an ICE agent comes here right now and says, like, I'm going to deport you right now, what could you do to stop them if not due process?
Honestly, I'll just, I guess, get snatched up until they figure I'm an American.
Well, how would they figure it out?
But they've
Once
deported
again,
Americans.
how would they figure out? How would they figure out that you're an American, that you're a citizen?
Listen,
How would they? Can you answer the question? How would they figure that out? Just
guess
off
running
the
my
dome,
name,
run your name through somewhere, okay? And then and if there's some ambiguity, it would go to a judge, right?
See,
and the
here's a-
judges determine if people are legal or illegal. So what Trump's doing right now is he's deporting people without due process. He's deporting
judge.
people. There's not even a judge. He puts people on a plane and sends them out, and we
why
don't
did
even
they
know.
come here illegally?
Well,
Why did
we
they
don't-
come here
How do you know
illegally?
they did?
We don't know
Because
if
they're
they're.
getting
Hold on a
thrown
second. We don't know if they're legal or illegal.
They
Someone
don't.
could come here right now and throw you in the back of a van and deport you because there's no process to
And
determine
this is
whether
happening.
you're legal
This is
or
happening
look,
without process.
Before I
People-
was in politics, I used to say fuck Trump. He was a racist. That was, one thing about me, I'll never wave the American flag. I'll never wave that American flag.
Okay.
Do you think he's
Never.
a
Let me
racist?
finish.
Do you think he's a racist?
I'm curious. I'm gonna hear.
I used to say fuck Trump. He's a racist and all this bullshit.
I want to hear why you don't wear the American flag. That's
Because
interesting.
the history of my Mexican people, and I say
Sure.
this land belongs to the Mexicans. That's why I say they should stay here, and you get to put whoever the fuck else you want.
They love supporting Mexicans.
Wait.
They love supporting Mexicans.
So you're against?
No, what I'm saying is, but if I go to Texas and stay there where I was born at,
Okay, I think Native
You feel
Americans
me?
should deport all of us.
except the Mexicans, because we were here too.
Well, the Native Americans were here
They should
before
deport-
Mexicans.
so they should
Before
deport-
Mexicans.
Well,
Texas.
then I agree.
back south.
Then I agree. Do you agree?
Everybody get
Yes,
the fuck
you
out.
go back to
go
where
back
you're
to
from.
where the fuck you
Yes, I agree to that. Do you?
That's not really.
You just said that.
Well, I
You
mean,
just
I
said
think
that.
that's what
well,
you're
You
technically
just said
I was
that.
born here.
That's what you're saying. If that's your
And
if
that's
that's your
why, and
condition.
that's how I was before I got
so
in
I just-
politics.
I just wanna
That's
make
before
sure.
I got in politics. Because I used to say fuck Trump. I used to say fuck the American flag because there's so much innocent blood on it.
Well, sure. Okay. Fair. And
Right? That's why I was like, I was
we
never
agree.
in politics. But then when I started seeing myself as a single father working 3 jobs, and Biden opened up that fence and let everybody in this bitch. You seen that shit?
arrested
Hold on,
more people than
Listen,
Trump did.
when I seen him open up that fence and they got more benefits than I do, and I'm American,
Wait, how? Let's talk
I
about
said
benefit.
fuck that.
No, let's talk about
I said
benefit.
Trump.
One second.
I voted for Trump for that shit.
benefit?
One second. Well, yeah. Can we just talk specifics? I just want to make sure we're not talking past each other. What benefit?
No, that's where I'm from. I'm not gonna let somebody that just
What
walked
benefit?
over here and say, "Hey, I'm from Palestine. Hey, I'm from Salvador. I'm gonna get like $1,000 of food stamps. I'm gonna go in a 5-star
they're not
hotel."
eligible for those
They're
things.
not
They
eligible.
were.
They can't.
No,
it's
they've
not.
never been.
It's not possible
They've
because they don't have a
never
social.
been.
They never were.
They don't have a
Right,
social
never.
security
So
number.
they never were
They don't-
5-star hotels.
Wait, you're changing the subject.
Yeah,
No,
You
we're
change
still
it-
on the subject.
Well, but you acknowledge that they're not eligible for
food
benefits
stamps,
like food stamps,
Medicare,
Medicaid,
Medicaid.
welfare. They're not eligible for that. It's a
Okay,
myth.
so you're not okay. Let's say you're correct.
Yes.
So now what? What? They're just standing on the streets?
No.
So now they're on the streets.
I'm asking you,
Hold on,
that was
That's
your
exactly
point.
what I'm
breaking
talking
it down.
about.
Hold on, we're just breaking it down. You said
So
something
they're
and
now
we
they're on the
refuted it.
streets.
You said something and
but
we
that-
and
Now
we
they're
and
on
we.
the streets.
So what you
Biden
said was
just-
wrong.
You wouldn't let him in your house, would you?
No, wait, that's a false. That's
You
such a
wouldn't.
false.
You wouldn't.
I mean, it
Okay,
depends.
hold on. Let me get to this one.
You wouldn't let
talking
anyone
about?
in your house.
Exactly.
Would you let legal immigrants?
I wouldn't.
Legal immigrants? So
No.
no immigration.
Would you let me in
None.
your house?
No immigration. No immigration.
Everybody
Nothing
that's
at
a
all.
good
No
person is allowed in my
motherfucking
house.
Okay, so we should have
So then
no
what does that
immigration.
have to do with
no
anything?
immigration at all.
But what I'm saying is you wouldn't let no illegal immigrants in your house.
you let
Hold
me
on.
in
But
your
you
house?
voted for it.
Hold
No.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Because you voted for them to
There's
come
not
over
an
here. I'm
economy.
not.
There's not job
So
opportunities.
you're home.
Everyone who is a good person is allowed in my house.
I am for legal immigration.
Exactly. So am I.
So
I
how
am
do we
for due
determine?
process.
Legally.
How do we
I'm for
Yes,
due process.
That's what I'm here for.
how do we
legally
Then don't
immigration?
you think Donald
You just
Trump
spoke my language.
so don't you
You
think
just
Donald
spoke my
Trump's
language.
administration bypassing?
I'm here for legally.
Okay, so we shouldn't illegally deport people either.
We shouldn't illegally deport people. Due process
You
is
should
important.
illegally come over here.
Okay, how do we determine whether they're legal or illegal?
We should
How do we
decide
determine?
if they came here legally
How do
or not,
how do we
right?
determine? Who determines whether they're legal or illegal?
Judges, right?
No. I'm asking. Who determines that? If someone, how do we determine whether you're? I'm accusing you of being an illegal immigrant right now. How do you prove to me that you're not? What?
Do they got IDs? Do they got proof that they're here?
So if you have nothing on you, let's say you don't have
have
any
your driver's
ID on you, they can snatch you
Okay,
off
so
the street.
what you're saying is this is why you're gonna vote for Biden or Kamala.
No. I'm asking you.
This is it.
No.
right?
There's a lot of other reasons
Yeah.
why.
There's a lot of reasons why I voted for Trump.
Okay,
There's a lot of reasons why.
I can tell you reasons. Would you want me to tell you reasons? Or do you want to
You
tell
guys
me?
already agreed with a man in a woman's restroom.
No, hold on. I mean, we could talk
Okay,
about that.
I'm
wanna
against
know,
that.
I want to know first.
And I'm against abortion.
Okay, well we can.
Are you
let's go-
against abortion
No,
or-
let's
No.
first talk about the first
No,
option.
not at all.
Let's talk about the first one.
Okay,
How do you
let me
define?
just say something right quick.
Can you define
You
man
are
and woman
for
for me?
abortion, right?
Yes.
Yes, with limitations, absolutely.
Okay.
I think
You know why you're here?
Well, that's
You know why you're here?
Whatever. Okay,
Yes,
fine.
No, let me just finish.
Yeah, I'm
Do
here.
you know why you're here?
I'm here because my dad didn't use a condom. Should
No,
my dad not be allowed to
you're
use a
here
condom?
Because your mom chose life
And my
didn't
dad
support you.
and my dad didn't
Bam!
use a condom.
Oh!
And my
Don't walk into
That was a
traffic,
good
man.
one,
Don't
right?
walk-
Yeah,
No,
that was a good one.
That's fucking
That was a
stupid.
good
Don't
one.
walk
And
into-
don't touch me, bro.
Don't
that
walk
was
into
supposed-
traffic.
you don't need to walk
I'm
into
trying to
traffic.
help you not get hit by a car. I
But you're
understand,
here.
but
You're
you
here.
backed up
Okay.
into traffic.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can we use your logic for a second?
Yeah.
You said that I'm here because my mom didn't
Thank
choose
you.
abortion.
We disagree,
my,
but we
my
wanna be safe,
dad
right?
also
This has
didn't wear a
nothing to do
condom.
with
Right, we're not assholes.
The
We
reason
wanna
that
be
I'm
safe.
here is because my dad didn't wear
No,
a
see,
condom.
now you're-
So
you-
therefore,
now
no.
No,
You're saying
Your
you
mom
should be.
could have had you an abortion. Your
And
mom
my
could
dad
aborted
could
you.
have used a condom, and then I wouldn't exist.
Right?
No,
It's
the same thing.
No, we're
Yes.
going down to the.
No, but it's the same thing.
So when abortion clinics happen, the dad has to be there too to say his right.
Wait, that's not what I'm
Dads don't
saying.
have
No.
rights.
I had a vasectomy, and did I kill all of my potential children?
Y'all going around what I just spoke. Y'all just going around what I spoke.
Well, because you don't know what you're saying. I appreciate you saying it. I appreciate your opinion. I just wish it were informed.
You already agree. Look at Your credibility broke with me when you say you agree with a man won't go in a woman's
Okay,
restroom.
but
can we
I'm
already
already
back up
basically
on
not
your
trying to
stuff?
debate with you.
Can we break that down? So I want to know from you, because you think it's obvious, right? Men and women. What is a man and what is a...
Hey,
What is a man, what is a woman?
a man is someone that cannot give birth, and a woman is someone that can give birth.
Okay, so if a woman cannot give birth for
Basic
various reasons,
biology.
she's a man. If a woman can't give birth, she's a man. You
No,
just
because
said a
there's
man.
medical conditions.
But you just said a man
But you
is
know,
someone who can't give
It's
birth.
also medical conditions
going
if a
with
man
it,
can't
look
give
at-
birth.
Oh, well, you said vagina. We're changing it now. So
Okay.
vagina. A woman is someone with a vagina, and a man is someone without a vagina. Is that what we're going with now?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. No,
we're getting there. No, that's what we're getting.
Okay, so a woman is someone with a vagina. There are certain procedures, and there are actually some women who are born without vaginas.
I know that. I know,
So
I know.
therefore, are they not women?
Okay. In forensics, when a person is murdered and they can't figure out who they are, how do they find out if they're male or female?
You can do certain bone treatments to find out if they're XX or XY.
Exactly.
But they're not everyone's.
Exactly.
Can I explain?
Exactly.
No, wait a
Drop the
second.
mic.
That's
Drop
not
the mic. You just
a
dropped
mic
the
drop.
mic for me.
That's not a mic
You
drop.
just dropped the
That's
mic.
not a mic drop.
Drop the mic
Hey,
for
you know
me.
what it proves is I actually
Yes.
know more about this, yet I still disagree
I
with
just
you.
told you
so
what
there's
it was.
probably a good reason
You were
for
trying
that.
to say because some women can't have babies, so that makes them a man.
No, well, I was using your criterion. So you're telling me XX and XY is what determines
you
male or
can't-
female.
Yes,
You're
yeah,
changing it
you know
all
what?
over.
Yes,
You're
yes,
changing
yes,
it all the
yes.
way.
No. I said we're getting deeper. I said we're gonna continue
Okay,
with
well, you
it.
could just go
So now
straight
we're
to-
going there, and
you
you're
could've just
answering
gone-
my question.
You could have gone straight to XXXY. We're going
No,
there.
I
right?
was getting there because I wanted to see where you were going, but then I was like, you know
Okay,
what? That's why I hit you
XXY.
with the forensics.
Okay, fine.
That's
fine.
why I hit you with the
Well, I
forensics.
appreciate it. Well, we're going to get
And
deeper
you
in it.
cannot go
We're gonna
against
get,
that.
we can get
people
deeper.
agrees
No,
with that.
let's get deeper into it. Okay, I studied biology in college. Let's get into it. Okay.
So you're
XX.
saying-
Okay, there are conditions such as Klinefelter syndrome or triple X syndrome. X. Are people with 3 X chromosomes? Are they male or female?
So with one of those people, that stands for all the genders?
No, I'm just asking you because you laid out a set of necessary and sufficient conditions for male and female. Men XX, women X, or men XY, women XX. So there are some people who present like women who have 3 X chromosomes. They have female anatomy. Are they men or women?
I guess I can find that out when I find one.
Well, there are many that exist. 1.8% of the population is intersex. There are millions of people who are intersex. There are also women who have XY chromosomes, but because of a disorder in sexual
I guess
development.
it goes down to the forensics when they study the bones.
Well, there are some
Right?
people.
Right? That's the only way we can find that out.
There is
But
biological sex in
what's
that
the
way.
reason? Why is this one of the Republicans' biggest issues? Whether they just pick on the easiest people first?
I know.
They pick on the smallest populations.
That's not going to go anywhere. You were talking about abortion, right? Why are you against abortion, man? It's freedom, right? No one should tell you what to do with your body, right?
I mean, it's not
no one
their
should
body,
tell you.
though. They're
Wait,
killing
no.
somebody.
But you
Honestly,
support it with your body.
Honestly, that's part of my beliefs. I grew up in the Bible. I'm not saying I'm a Christian, but I'm saying I believe in that.
Well, I'm just wondering because, like, I agree. I'm not saying it is your body. It
So
isn't.
that's my
it isn't
belief. Like your
100%.
belief is the opposite.
Well, no, and we're just saying we're having an exchange of ideas, right?
Yeah.
Having a conversation. So the reason that I'm against I'm against restrictions on abortion. I'm pro-choice because I'm pro-freedom. I don't think anyone should be able to use your body without your consent. I don't think so at all. I don't think anyone should be able to use your body as life support at all. It doesn't matter. That's freedom,
And I'm
right?
against that.
Well, you're against freedom?
Yeah. No, I'm against that abortion stuff.
Well, but
because if it came down to me, and maybe honestly, maybe because it's like it's like, what would you do for your children? Because I'll die for mine.
Well,
You're saying you wouldn't.
Well, no, I'm saying.
You're saying.
No,
right now,
I would.
If the doctor told you. If the doctor told you.
I would.
Hey,
I have to do something. I have to
if
give
the
a blood.
doctor
I have to give a blood transfusion to my kid.
Listen, if the doctor told you that, or said, like there's a part of your body that your kid needs to live, and it's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna make it.
No, I would make it. Question.
You would do it?
I would.
Then you just
No, I didn't.
You just chose pro-life.
I didn't. Wait
You just
for
chose-
me.
Yes,
Do you think
and
the
your
government?
child.
Do you think the government should be able to force someone who doesn't
You just
want
chose
to?
pro-life.
No. Do you think
You
the
just
government?
chose
Pro-life is a
pro-life, bro.
legal policy. Legal. We're talking about the law. What do you think the law should be? Do you think abortion should be outlawed by law? So
Yes.
then, do you think someone should be forced to donate a kidney to their own child by law? By law. Not just that they should, but by law. No.
different.
Well, that's
You don't.
How is it different? How is it different? Tell me.
Because your kidney is not life. It's a part of your body.
But your body is what's sustaining the
doesn't
life
have
of
your-
the fetus.
It doesn't
Okay?
have eyes, fingers, nails, breathe.
Okay, wait. How does that have anything to do with whether
That's a
something
whole
human being?
body, bro.
Okay, I'm not saying it's not a body. You're a body too.
Yes.
You're a body too. If you need my kidney to survive, you're a body. Do you have a right to my kidney?
No,
Why?
because that's your kidney, but I can go somewhere else.
Well, you could
I can go somewhere else. I go on the list and get it from somewhere else.
Let's assume, for sake of argument, no, let's go. No.
I can get it from somebody else.
Let's say that I'm the only match
You
for you.
can't-
Let's say I'm the only match. Let's say if you're gonna die without my kidney, if you don't get my kidney, you're gonna die. I'd be fine. I'd be able to survive. It wouldn't have a super big effects on my health, but you'd survive. Should you have a right to my kidney? Should the government be able to strap me down to a table, lobotomize or take out, disembowel me, and give you my kidney?
The kidney's not going to be a living being.
The kidney's not the living being. The analogy is uterus.
Yeah,
You're talking about a
that's
woman's
a good
uterus.
question.
The uterus is to the kidney.
That is a good question.
A uterus is to the
Kidney's
kidney.
not a living being.
Wait, neither is the uterus. The analogy is the organ.
It's the body that you guys claim it's just a fetus.
Wait, I'm not claiming any of that.
It's a real body. It's a real.
I'm not disagreeing
it's a
with you.
real body, bro.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You're a real body. You don't have a right to my body.
I'm here because my mom chose life.
I am
You're
too.
here because your mom chose life.
Yes, absolutely. I'm also here because, and I said this again, because my dad didn't wear a condom.
I don't think that's fair that you could speak about some. You know how don't speak about somebody that's not here.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Like
okay.
I feel that you shouldn't speak about an unborn child that's not here yet because you got life and they don't.
Why? That's not how this works.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we're talking about freedom. No, I get it. No,
do you feel me?
You're saying
talk about that.
You're saying. Can I just explain so I understand? You're saying the unborn can't advocate for themselves.
Yes.
So we shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah. Like like you shouldn't talk down on them.
Well, here's the problem.
Let them just live. Let them just live.
The problem is that they are in someone else's body. They require someone else's body to survive. All I'm saying is if you need my body to survive, if without let's even say I'm responsible. Let's say I get into a car crash.
You're trying to go around.
No, let's say I get into a car crash and I crash into you because I'm being reckless.
All the time.
I mean,
there's abortion clinics every day. Every day.
But it's an argument. We're talking about how these things are basic. Wait, no, I'm being precise. I'm being specific.
Right now, if I needed your kidney to live, and you said no, I'd be like, no. Fuck it. I'm a grown ass man. I live my life.
No, you might die. Let's say you need to survive.
I lived my life.
And you would die. Let's say you would die
that
without
child never even got a chance to live.
It doesn't matter. Should anyone have a right to your body without your consent? Yes or no? Should someone be able? If you're saying no, then my argument, and you're welcome to disagree with me. So someone should have a right to your body. So if I need your kidney right now to survive, I should be able to get the government to force you.
Did you take a vaccine? Did you take the COVID vaccine?
Sure. I know how that's different. Okay.
I didn't.
I'm not making an argument.
But you know why?
Okay.
Because
that's bodily autonomy, mind you. That's bodily autonomy.
They forced you or no?
They didn't force you. How did they force you? They didn't force you. You didn't take it.
You gotta lose your job or get the shot.
Before they put you in the hospital.
We can talk about it.
You'd be in the ER within 5 minutes if you showed up at a MAGA rally with a Biden.
Most likely.
I'm talking about freedom.
See, I try not to debate with people who took the vaccine.
Well, why? You should want to talk with people who disagree with you so you can learn more. That's why I'm talking to you right now.
I did all that. It's just you're not gonna get what I get. Wait, I won't get what you get because I don't believe in what you do.
Well, we certainly won't if we don't have a conversation, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the goal is to have a conversation. I want to learn more about your life.
Genocide? With that Israeli flag?
I'm
with it, I guess, yeah. That's what you want to say. We're not going to talk about the Native Americans that were genocide here, are we?
We should.
Yeah, this is America, bro. This is where you don't see no Native Americans here crying about them being genocide. If you had a problem with being genocide, go over to that country.
If you walked in there, you'd see a bunch of signs about it, too.
Yeah,
admit that this country pulled really bad shit, right?
Yes.
So what's wrong?
I agree. But listen,
what's wrong with that?
The Native Americans belong here. Anybody else claiming genocide? Anybody else claiming genocide? Anybody
He's talking about the Israeli flag. He's talking about what's happening in Palestine. He's not talking about
Go over
this.
there and protest. Why don't you guys go over there and protest? We can Me too. Thank you. You answered my. You on the same page with me. We're on the same page now. You just said it's free America. He just said it's free America.
This is why you're at this rally. Because if you were one of these guys alone at a MAGA rally, they'd have put you in a fucking body bag 5 minutes after you got there.
I guess.
These fucking people are letting you talk.
That's Christian Bible. You know what the Bible says? Children.
You like Trump because he gives fucking machismo. He's a fucking clown in fucking clown makeup. Get the fuck out of here.
About Epstein. I have to use those Epstein files. I wonder why.
Fucking full tough guy.
All right.